millions of birds slam into windows every year. But what if the real reason has almost nothing to do with birds being confused? It happens in an instant. A bird darts across a yard, flying with complete confidence, and then suddenly crashes into a pane of glass that seems impossible to miss. For many people, the explanation feels obvious. The bird must have been lost, distracted, or simply unable to recognize the window. But the truth is far more fascinating, and in some ways, far more mysterious. Birds are among the most remarkable navigators on Earth. Tiny songbirds travel thousands of miles across continents. Pigeons can find their way home from unfamiliar locations. Even small backyard birds constantly maneuver through dense branches, narrow spaces, and complex environments without colliding with obstacles. Their vision is extraordinary, often far sharper than our own. So, if birds are such skilled flyers, why do they keep hitting windows? The answer begins with understanding something surprising. Birds are not usually failing to see the glass. In many cases, they are seeing exactly what the glass is showing them. To a human standing indoors, a window is obvious. We understand the concept of transparent barriers because we have spent our entire lives surrounded by them. We know that a window can separate two spaces while still allowing us to see through it. Birds evolved in a world that contained no glass at all. For hundreds of millions of years, there was no reason for a bird's brain to develop an understanding of transparent walls. In nature, when a bird sees open sky, it flies toward open sky. When it sees trees and vegetation beyond a space, it expects that space to be passable. Modern glass creates a visual illusion that nature never prepared birds to recognize. Imagine a backyard bird approaching a large picture window. Through the glass, it may see trees, flowers, shrubs, or a feeder on the opposite side. From the bird's perspective, those objects appear completely real and completely reachable. The glass itself often becomes nearly invisible. But transparency is only part of the mystery. The even bigger problem comes from reflection. During daylight hours, many windows act like mirrors. They reflect blue skies, green leaves, bright clouds, and entire landscapes. To a bird flying outside, the reflection is not a reflection at all. It looks like actual habitat. A window reflecting a beautiful oak tree may appear to be another oak tree. A window reflecting open sky may appear to be more open sky. The bird isn't confused in the way people often imagine. It is making a perfectly logical decision based on the information its eyes are providing. In a sense, the bird is being tricked by physics. Scientists studying bird collisions have discovered that reflective glass is one of the greatest dangers birds face in human environments. The more natural scenery reflected in the glass, the more convincing the illusion becomes. This explains why collisions often happen near gardens, forests, and backyard feeding stations. Ironically, the places people create specifically to help birds can sometimes place them near windows that create deadly reflections. There is another curious clue that challenges the idea that birds simply don't know where they are going. Many collisions occur during migration seasons. Every spring and fall, billions of birds travel enormous distances. These journeys require incredible precision. Birds use combinations of landmarks, stars, the position of the sun, and even Earth's magnetic field to navigate. They are not wandering aimlessly through the landscape. Yet during these migrations, collision rates can rise dramatically. Researchers believe part of the reason involves the intense focus birds maintain while traveling. Migrating birds are often searching for suitable habitat, food sources, resting locations, and safe routes. When a reflective window appears to offer trees, vegetation, or open flight paths, the illusion becomes especially convincing. At night, another problem emerges. Many migratory birds travel after dark. For thousands of years, they navigated beneath stars and natural moonlight. Modern cities have changed that environment dramatically. Artificial lighting can attract and disorient migrating birds. Brightly illuminated buildings create glowing structures that stand out against the darkness. Birds may circle these lights repeatedly, become exhausted, or move into areas filled with glass surfaces. This combination of artificial light and reflective glass can be particularly dangerous. It creates conditions unlike anything birds encountered during their evolutionary history. What makes the situation even more heartbreaking is that many collisions happen silently and without witnesses. A bird may strike a window and fly away, appearing unharmed. Yet internal injuries can later prove fatal. Others may fall immediately beneath the glass. Studies suggest that the total number of bird window collisions across North America reaches into the hundreds of millions, and possibly over 1 billion each year. That staggering number makes window collisions one of the leading human-related causes of bird deaths. And yet, despite these risks, birds continue demonstrating astonishing intelligence and adaptability. Some species appear capable of learning from previous encounters. Birds that survive minor collisions may become more cautious around certain structures. Others adjust their flight paths after repeated exposure to a location. Still, the challenge remains difficult because glass continues presenting sensory information that directly contradicts reality. Imagine walking through a world where solid walls looked exactly like open doorways. Even highly intelligent creatures would struggle under those conditions. Scientists have spent years exploring how birds perceive their environment. One fascinating discovery is that many birds see portions of the ultraviolet spectrum that humans cannot. Their visual world contains colors and signals completely invisible to us. This has led researchers to develop special window treatments that appear highly visible to birds while remaining relatively subtle for people. Certain patterns reflect ultraviolet light, creating warnings that birds can detect even when humans barely notice them. The goal is not to teach birds what glass is. The goal is to make the glass visible enough that birds recognize it as an obstacle. If you love uncovering hidden secrets like this, be sure to subscribe to Backyard Bird Mysteries and continue exploring the remarkable world happening right outside your window. Perhaps the most surprising part of the story is how often people accidentally assume birds are making mistakes when the opposite may be true. A bird approaching a reflective window is often behaving exactly as evolution designed it to behave. It sees habitat and attempts to reach habitat. It sees sky and flies toward sky. Its visual system is processing the world according to rules that worked successfully for countless generations before modern architecture appeared. The problem is not a failure of bird intelligence. The problem is that human technology has created visual traps that exploit some of the variabilities that make birds such exceptional navigators. This realization changes the way many people view collisions. Instead of seeing clumsy birds making errors, we begin seeing highly specialized creatures encountering a challenge their ancestors never faced. It becomes a story not of confusion but of mismatch, a collision between ancient instincts and modern environments. The encouraging news is that simple changes can make a tremendous difference. Patterns on glass, external screens, strategically placed decals, and thoughtful lighting choices can dramatically reduce collisions. Even moving feeders closer to windows in certain situations can help reduce the force of impacts. Every successful solution works for the same reason. It helps birds perceive reality more accurately. The next time you see a bird darting effortlessly between branches, weaving through obstacles with breathtaking precision, remember what its journey truly represents. That tiny creature carries navigation systems, visual abilities, and survival instincts refined across millions of years. And when a bird strikes a window, it is rarely because it forgot how to fly. More often, it is because the window became too convincing, transforming into a perfect illusion of a world that seemed completely real. The greatest mystery is not why birds hit windows, but how these remarkable creatures navigate so successfully through a world that keeps inventing new illusions for them to solve. And one of the strangest of those illusions may be hiding in your backyard right now.